Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I am doing a general tarot forecast for the month of July and this is going to be for Aries. It is we have a couple of things going on in the celestial realm, if you will. There are some planets that are retrograde. We also have a new moon in Cancer on July 10th. And we have Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Chiron in retrograde. We also have Mercury transit Cancer on July 11th, Venus, Mars conjunction in Leo on July 12th to 14th, Venus transit Virgo, July 21st, Sun transit Leo, July 22nd, a full moon in Aquarius on July 24th. Then Mercury transit Leo, July 27th, Jupiter transit Aquarius, July 28th, Mars transit Virgo, July 29th. So this is a lot of information, and also I'll tell you what these transits mean. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I put it in the description box. I'm still making videos to post for this month. I know I'm a little behind schedule, but it is what it is. I'll take it from there. So if you all have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to clarify or answer. If you want any personal readings, I do personal readings as well. You can get in touch with me via the email. It is therealtarot1123@gmail.com. My email information is also in the description box. And also I am doing daily energy readings, which I post on my Facebook page. That information is also going to be in the description box. Those daily energy readings are just going to be for 5 minutes each. I do Monday through Friday. Each sign gets their readings, and for the weekend I do just one because I'm kind of getting so overwhelmed with all the work I'm doing. Sorry guys, hang on one second. This thing is I had to take a step back because I had some, I'm so sorry. Here, hang on. I had to have 3 medical procedures, 2 in May and 1 in early part of June. So I was like, you know what? I didn't do any videos in June, so I had to kind of just focus on getting better and stuff. And I'm back. I'm excited. And I love doing readings. So anyway, that's a little bit of what's going on in the background. So let's get started. This is for my beautiful Aries. We are going to get started. I love it. Let's move some things around. I had gone to usually July 4th we go to Key West for a couple of weeks. That's our place, if you will. We enjoy it. We love it. But this time, because of my procedures and surgeries, we decided to go a little bit ahead of time so I could kind of totally recuperate and regenerate and recover. It was so humid. But although I couldn't do much beyond just some little bit of walking, and I couldn't even swim, but I still enjoyed it. So I'm back. Anyway, alrighty, let's get started. So wait a second, am I forgetting? What can I say, y'all? I'm so excited about talking about my vacation that I forgot how to even shuffle my cards. Let's do it this way. Alrighty, Aries. Which one? Okay. Fire! And 23. What do you know? That's the card I pulled. All right. Another energy card. Let's see. Move this over there. Overall energy. So 23rd could be a significant date for you in July. Keep that in mind. And keep notes. You never know. Oh my goodness. And you guys show up in your own reading. The Emperor. Look at that. This is a Aries card. It's all about independence and accumulation of wealth, leadership qualities, being a leader, that sort of thing. And maybe the 4th of July was also an important date for you. So, or is an important date for you, I should say, not was. I don't know why I'm talking past tense now. All right, let's go. You have the 3 of Swords. You have the King of Pentacles. Let's move things around a little bit. Okay. 3. Ooh, okay. We can do that. All right. This one was just slide off. We'll take it. Aries, what's going on with you guys? So, let's walk through this. We have the 3 of Swords, right? Followed by the King of Pentacles. Followed by the 5 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, the Devil card, the Judgment, this is 7 of Swords, the Fool, the 4 of Swords. Okay. So I'm just going to say this, y'all, okay? Right off the bat, the energy I'm getting is that you are trying to avoid making a decision. I feel like my beautiful Aries, for some of you, although, not every reading resonates with everybody, we know that now. I feel that for whoever this is meant to be, you need to make a decision regarding a particular life event or life change or whatever the situation may be, a relationship, a job, whatever that may be. And you are kind of still, you have to make that decision. You also know the decision you're going to make, but somehow you're still kind of hemming and hawing, and you're still kind of in two minds. You're still kind of, trying to decide what, how, when, where. You have to do it. You know what you're going to say. You know what you have decided, but you're not taking the final step, right, in making that decision, and you're kind of still sleeping on it. I say at some point in time, the universe is going to force you to make that decision. So may as well, be prepared, be proactive, take action, take control of your life and make that decision. Now with the 3 of Swords, it obviously talks about and the traditional thing, tarot, it's about heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, surgery, and all that good stuff, right? Or actually, surgery is not, well, it could be good. Anyway, all that stuff. However, I feel like this is more like the decision you will make, that you intend to make, is going to give you, it's like a sweet and sour kind of a decision. It's going to be good for you, but there may be another individual, in your life who may feel like, oh my God, all right, fine, I wish you didn't go, but okay, I understand, that type of thing. You're more concerned about how a certain other individual is going to react to your decision that, for example, if you're leaving, you're going moving to a different state, you have to do it. The other individual is also going to, also knows you have to do it. But for some reason, the other individual is going to feel a little is not as receptive. In the sense, not for any selfish reasons, or maybe it is selfish reasons, but they know that, you have to do it. You are going to do it. So there's going to be a little bit of sadness over there. It's not so much like a little bit of heartbreak, knowing that proximity is going to be lost, right? That you're not going to be that close to that individual, at least physically close, in terms of location. So that's what this signifies to me. So it's nothing anything more than that. It's just that, you know, everybody's is not as easily accepting of your decision to move, and it's not because you're being selfish or whatever. A little bit selfish maybe, but then it's like, oh my god, after all this time you're going to go, is it all right, fine, that type of thing. Okay, then we have the King of Pentacles. They know that this is going to be for monetary reasons. Okay, it is definitely, King of Pentacles is an earth energy, we know all that. But with the King of Pentacles, it shows me that it is because of finances, because of monetary reasons. Maybe you are planning on moving to a different country to retire, because, you know, it's more economical. Like, we have a lot of expats from the US living in Mexico because they say cost of living is cheaper, or whatever that is. I'm sure many other countries too, we have a lot of expats because it's cheaper there, or healthcare is cheaper, or whatever. So they know, they understand why that, you know, you're doing this because you need to stretch your resources to be able to sustain you for the rest of your life, and living here may not necessarily be a solution to that. So they understand that you're doing this for financial reasons, and also, yeah, you're entitled, right? And with the Five of Cups, you're going to, like, with the Five of Cups, it's like regret, grief, feeling abandoned or unloved or whatever, you know. But you don't realize that that's just a temporary sad, or rather that's a sadness because you know you're leaving the familiar. And you know you have to, nobody's forcing you to make this decision, you know you have to do it, and you're doing it voluntarily. But you don't realize that even though these three cups have fallen over and spilled their contents, you have these two cups standing behind you, and they're still full, and they have a lot more value than these three, right? Or whatever's in these two cups are a lot more beneficial to you than whatever these three cups held. So know that it's going to be good for you, okay? So don't cry over spilled milk because there's a whole gallon in the refrigerator, okay? Then you have the Two of Pentacles. Now with this, it's typically two choices, is juggling, trying to make decisions. I think the transition period for you, once you make this decision of moving or relocating or whatever it is, this new enterprise that you're going on, there's still going to be a little bit of juggling of things, like a little bit of back and forth, simply because there are things to do. But once you figure out all of that and you take care of all of that, and yes, you do have a choice. With the Two of Pentacles, most certainly you have a choice, right? And you also, and more than a choice, this card to me is saying that you have to multitask. You will be in a situation that you have to multitask. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's self-sufficiency, it's financial gain, it's luxury, that sort of thing. So definitely, whatever this transition is that you are planning on, you are definitely going to be self-sufficient. Financially, you're going to be in a better spot, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, maybe for, like I said, for example, there are a lot of people, US citizens, who live overseas in, I don't know, South American countries, Croatia, who knows where, right? Mexico, whatever, and they say cost of living is cheaper, medical aid is cheaper, and you know, we are able to live on our retirement and social security or whatever. For you, this is definitely going to be a fantastic move because you will definitely live stress-free. At least financially, you will be stress-free. And let's face it, that's the biggest thing, like, right, for all of us, at least in my opinion, that is the finances, right? So anyway, after that we have the Devil energy. Now this is a Capricorn card. Now we did have the King of Pentacles, which is an earth energy, and then we also have the Devil energy, which is a Capricorn card. I'm going to say you have some sort of a dependency going on to a particular, I'm going to say, to a particular relationship that you're still trying to hang on to. But you know that relationship is long gone, right? And because the other individual is not giving you the attention you seek, but you're still trying to hang on to that. Maybe this is a parent who's moving away, and the child has not been in your life for a long time, but for some reason you are not willing to let go. You know, you're still hoping the child is going to come around and be like, hey dad, or hey mom, or whatever. But the child hasn't been so interested in your life in a long time. So why are you hanging on to that? Let it go, right? So that's what I feel with this card. Then we have the Judgment card. See, the King of Pentacles and then the Judgment card. The Judgment card clearly says to forgive and forget. If this is a situation, like for example a child or whoever, forgive and forget. Just let it go, because hanging on to that sadness and hanging on to that wishful thinking type of a situation, that relationship is going to somehow rebuild, and yeah, it's just on your side. They are never interested, they are not interested, they don't want to, for whatever the reason. I also feel like that they are highly influenced by somebody else. If this is a child for you, they may be influenced by the other parent. I'm not trying to start some family war over here, you guys. I'm just saying what the energy I'm picking up on. Or they may be influenced, if it is an older adult child, that child may be influenced by his or her spouse or whatever. I don't know. Let's not get into it. But judgment will come. Okay, at some time they are going to realize and they will come to you. So don't worry about it. Okay, just give them their space, let it go, and be okay with it. Then the Seven of Swords. It's theft, betrayal, dishonesty, running away kind of thing. Certainly you're not running away. Certainly you're not the thief. You're not the one who's deceiving. But I feel like because it is under the Five of Cups, you feel that somebody has deceived you and somebody has stolen from you. Now, is it a tangible thing they've stolen, like money or this jewelry or whatever that is, or something intangible like stolen the best part of your years, or stolen emotions, or stolen love, or that sort of thing? You are feeling a little bit deceived. But I say don't, because you still have these Two of Cups here standing, remember? So don't worry about it. Like I said at the very beginning, I felt like that you were still kind of vacillating on whether to pull the plug and go for it and do it. You have to do it. You want to do it. You are going to do it, but you're not doing it now. The universe is going to push you, because guess what? You have the Fool card here, which means stepping off into the willingly. Nobody's forcing you to do this. You are willingly stepping off or leaping into the unknown for a new adventure in your life, and you will be fine. But we end up with the Four of Swords. Now, what is this Four of Swords all about? It's retreating, resting, renewal, solitude, recovery. Because you have gone through this whole transition, right? And this is not a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing. You've gone through this, and it could be emotionally difficult, right? If you're going to move from one place to another, you have decided that you're making a really, really big life change here, and you're relocating to another country or another state, or you're whatever that case may be. It does take a lot out of your emotions. It's a big thing, right? It's a big life. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a big moment in your life. So after doing all of this stuff, you are definitely going to sit back, relax, and enjoy, and rest and recover and recuperate, because it has taken a lot out of you mentally and emotionally. Not because it was difficult. Wait, let me rephrase that. Not because somebody else put that stress on you. It's because your own mind, okay? Like I want to say, get out of your head, right? It's because of the stresses and the emotional spin you put on yourself. It was all in your mind, literally it was. So don't worry about it. Things are going to be fine. This transition is going to be awesome for you, and you are going to be able to accomplish whatever it is that you set out to accomplish. My beautiful Arians, and if it is for anybody who's going through this transition, if you're literally retiring and moving to another country, then I say go for it, have fun, enjoy, right? Or if you're transitioning to a different job, a different whatever it is, I wish you all the very best. And you know why? Because you are going to have the very best. Okay, this little bit of emotional stress and mental stress and trauma, you're doing it to yourself, so don't get out of that. Let's see what these... Really? That soon? Okay. That's what you want to do. So you got Coventina and its purification. Look how beautiful this is. I'll try to hold it still so you can look at that card, not feel dizzy. Okay. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your mind and body. So definitely, because here is rest, recuperation, regeneration, recovery. So absolutely spot on. Okay, because this transitioning, this moving, this going to the new whatever is, you guys, it's going to be awesome for you. And then you have the Ace of Fire. Again, look. How cool is that, y'all? Because it is an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. Wow. So the universe is saying, who knows, I know of a couple of people who have said, oh, I'm retiring, I'm relocating to Baja California, I'm going to live the rest of my life over there or whatever. And then they go and they do all this moving and this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden somebody approaches them and say, hey, I'm looking to hire somebody to do this for me, can you do it? And then you go, well, that's the one that I retired, that was my career, that's what I used to do, and now since I'm retired, you're offering me a job again. So okay, fine, and I'll do it, but only for 2 or 3 days a week, just to keep my mind active. So there could be, maybe this transition is going to be like that for you, right? You're going to technically officially retire, but somebody is going to come and find you and say, hey, I'm looking to find somebody who can help me do this and this, and you'll be like, what in the world? Okay, fine, I'll do it for a couple of days a week, just because, I want to get out of the house and still keep my mind active and be involved and stuff. But I still also want to enjoy my retirement. I'm not going to do it full time. I'll just maybe do it like 20 hours a week or whatever that case may be. So, but if it is for those who are in a situation where they are transitioning, they are moving away to another place, city or state, and it's because of career, then it says definitely a new exciting new opportunity and career advancement. So this move could be an advancement for you as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's do here Aries. This is beautiful, Aries, and I feel like I'm sliding down in my chair. Okay, this is beautiful. I like it. These are, what are these called? Oh, wait, I keep forgetting. Crystal Grid Tarot, okay? I feel like I want to pull this. I don't know all the crystals by heart. I just really don't. Here, right here. Let me shuffle again. I feel like I didn't shuffle. Oh, yeah, this one. So this one says Hematite, Aries, Aquarius, and Saturn. Oh God, you guys, now come on, you can't make up this stuff. So here, you have a full moon in Aquarius on July 24th, okay? And Saturn is retrograde. It went retrograde in May, on May 23rd, and is going to stay retrograde until October 10th. And this is Aries and Aquarius. Oh my God. Okay, guys, you can't make up this stuff. Let me show you. First and foremost, let me show you this. This is hematite. There you go. Right? And see what it says. I'm trying to hold it as still as possible. I hope you can read it. Okay. All right. I'll read it out for you. Hematite is grounding, magnetic pull, and focus. With a magnetism that is sky high, hematite has the ability to absorb negative emotions and create strong energetic boundaries. Its authoritarian force releases self-imposed limitations, a powerful stone to use in grounding oneself. Hematite activates the root chakra and balances out the 7 chakras by pulling toxicity from your aura, deriving from the Latin word for blood. Hematite cleanses the blood in the body by promoting circulation and energizing the nervous system to begin anew. Use hematite when you need that extra boost. Y'all, what did I say? What did I say? I mean, this is here. Let me read it again. With a magnetism that is sky high, hematite has the ability to absorb negative emotions and create strong energetic boundaries. Its authoritarian force releases self-imposed limitations. What did I say from the very beginning? I said it's almost like you know you have to do it, but you're still not willing to do it right now. For some reason, you're stopping yourself. But ultimately, you know the decision has to be made. You know what your decision is going to be. You're just kind of, I don't know, just holding back for whatever reason. So don't. This is beautiful, yours. This is beautiful. Another thing I want to say is, for some reason, I feel that if any of you are watching, and if you're anemic, take care of that. Okay, that's the energy I'm getting. So do whatever you need to take care of your anemic thing. And then we have Jade. Be the bigger person. Oh my goodness, you can't make up this stuff, y'all. Remember I said this deception and this 5 of Cups, you may, or this 3 of Swords, you may feel that, I said that it's not that you are deceiving somebody, but you feel like somebody else has deceived you, either emotionally or whatever. Be the bigger person and forget it. Just let it go, okay? They will come to you when they will come to you. They will come to you when they're supposed to come to you. Don't force it. And don't stall your life. Don't put your life on hold for them. Don't do that, because that's going to be terrible, because what you're doing is you are sacrificing yourself for what may not be ultimately. So don't stop with your progress. Don't stop with your excuse me. Don't stop with whatever it is that you intended to do with your life for this person. Don't hold your breath, okay? Just let it go. They'll come around to you. One other thing I want to do for you is, I don't know if I should do it. I just feel like I have to. Oh. The all-seeing eye. You see that? To me, it's the all-seeing eye. Acknowledge that relationship to be what it is, because you're still hoping and feeling. Acknowledge it for what it is. Understand that the scale may be like you're the one who's doing more than the other person is. Understand that, accept it, and let it go. But also know this, that the universe is watching. The universe is for sure watching all of this, and judgment will be passed. Okay, so I don't know why I feel like I still need to read more, but no, I'm going to stop. That's good. That is good. So I hope you enjoyed this, my beautiful Aries. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. And also hit that thumbs up button and hit the like button, and do subscribe. I do appreciate you all. And hit that bell icon so you will know when I put up new videos. Thank you so very much, and enjoy the 4th of July, and take care, and see you next time. Bye.